So it just so happened earlier today to see Jurassic World movie. And for someone who's been literally watching Jurassic Park movie since he was 2 years old, yes folks, 2 years old, before, wrestling, before sports, obviously this is pretty much my childhood and then some. So obviously big expectations coming into this movie. Now, obviously the first one, classic, great script, great story, great actors, great everything, great special effects. It was just really solid, good movie. Second one, first sequel, I thought it was pretty good. The movie itself was good. I'm not gonna trash on it. A lot of people trashed on it. Me personally, I thought it was good. Third movie that I will trash, along with a lot of people, because that was just bad. I mean, the storyline was flawed. The CGI was ugh, and it just came out flatter than a freaking pancake, man. That was just bad. You know what? But now we move on from 1992, 93, I believe it was 93, the original Jurassic Park movie, to now in 2015 with Jurassic World. Now, Jurassic World does take place in the same island, Isla Nublar, I believe that's the pronunciation of it, from the first Jurassic Park movie. By the way, if you are worried about some spoilers, there will be spoilers in this video. So if you do not feel like being spoiled, please click out of this right now. Otherwise, if you want to be spoiled or ever seen the movie, just want to see my thoughts, stay tuned, please. Thank you. Anywho, Jurassic World takes place Isla Nublar. Takes place, like I said, there. We start off the movie with something a little interesting. You started off with start for these two kids, those two brothers. One's a teenager, the other one's like in middle school, I believe. And they've been sent away on Christmas vacation. And the reason you can tell it's Christmas vacation because Christmas music in the background. They're out of school, yada yada. So the Christmas vacation, they're going to Costa Rica, where where the original island with Jurassic Park was at. And they've been told that they're going to Jurassic World to have a good time and blah blah blah. The oldest kid has a girlfriend. She says that she wants a picture of him so she doesn't forget about him. And then the father jokes about saying that, come on, you're not going to war, you're just going to a park. Nice joke. Crazy bitch. Anywho, so he goes over, him and his brother go over to the island. Now, to the island, they meet up with their aunt, or the aunt, the redheaded aunt, which is played by Bryce Dallas Howard. As you might know, she is Ron Howard's daughter. And to me, I think she did a pretty good job playing in this film. I remember her, the only movie I remember her top of my head was Spider-Man 3. Ugh, Spider-Man 3. Sorry, the original Spider-Man movies just make me cringe. Anyways, so moving on. She does think a pretty good job here. She tries her best to convince some sponsors to basically, as you could probably guess, sponsor her island. Well, not her island, her music park, I should say, on the island, Jurassic World in general. And, obviously she wants the sponsors, she wants the money, she wants the funding, you get the stick. And she even goes to her employees, her colleagues, and jokes and says that Verizon presents Jurassic World. And one of her colleagues, who was a diehard fan of the original Jurassic Park, he has a Jurassic Park t-shirt, he has the, toys on the desk, he has, everything basically Jurassic World relevant, including a little Easter egg that the writers snuck into this movie, an Ian Malcolm book on his desk. I thought that was kind of cool. And I don't know if some people caught that. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. Anyways, moving on. She's like, wait, did you get that shirt? Where'd you get that shirt? She's like, oh, I got it. He's doing it on eBay. It was like $150. She's like, cool, never wear it again. Basically, she's obviously not a fan of, John Hammond or what he did with Jurassic Park. And now this is Jurassic World. This is her creation. So, then we find out a little bit more about the island, and we find out about this guy who, goddamn, we find out about Chris Pratt's character. He trains velociraptors. Now, when I looked at this trailer and I found out that he trains and works with velociraptors, I'm like, are you motherfucking kidding me? The most, devious, most probably dangerous, other than the T-Rex, dinosaur out there, and you're working with them like they're dogs. Are you freaking kidding me, man? Like, this isn't tigers or lions. Oh my, bears. Bears, oh my. Anywho, so he's working with these raptors. I felt it was kind of cheesy, but they didn't make it too cheesy, if that makes any sense. Meaning that, okay, he trains with them, but they still want to attack and kill humans. It's not like, oh yeah, they're happy-go-friendly, they're perfectly safe. No, they're still vicious and they could still kill in an instant. So at least they didn't totally kill the concept there, even though obviously they're trying to go for something different, even though I'll get to that a little later. So, he goes to meet up with, I won't say he was his boss, really. Is it boss? I believe it might be his boss, who's played by, God, I forgot his name, but I do know he was in, he played a pretty good villain in this movie, by the way. He was in Law and Order. It's kind of like Chunky. I think his character's name was Vic. Anywho, yes, I think he was Vic. And, he goes over and says, oh, you trained velociraptors, man, that's pretty cool. Maybe we can use them as weapons, Instead of the military, we don't need drones. These guys can be like real killers. They can defend their country, and we can win any war. And basically, he's like, LOL, are you freaking kidding me? That's a stupid idea. And it is a stupid idea. So, everything seems to be fine. Not day at the park, yada yada yada, as usual. Except for there's one thing. She needs to get one thing particularly checked. She has one of the board members, this, Indian guy who apparently is the only one on the island that can fly a helicopter. Get to that again later. And he's basically wondering, what happened to, what's their newest creation. Apparently they created a hybrid. Now, I forgot the exact name for it. The hybrid of the dinosaur, for Jurassic World. But let's look it up real quick. I know it's like unprofessional, but the Dominus Rex, excuse me, and it was the hybrid between the T-Rex and I'll get to that. What else? Because they'll tell you a little later on, about an hour later in the movie. And they're like, okay, where's the sibling? Because supposedly there was a sibling. She says that she ate her sibling. Meaning the Rex ate her sibling. Lovely. So, kids, the brothers, they've already met on the island. The little brother's kind of worried. He's scared that his parents might be going through a divorce, while the other one is just too busy wanting to flirt with every girl on the freaking island because he keeps staring at them down. Even at one point where the little brother's going, what do you expect them to do? Get on, son. So they get on this little ride. It's like a little hamster wheel kind of ride, and they start, cruising around, whatever. By the way, this is already after they go and meet Shamu. It's not really Shamu, but it's like this big, I forgot the specific name for it, but it was like this big, water creature that comes up. I'm sure you guys have seen in the trailers. It comes and eats like a shark, like the, dead shark that's like hanging from above. Freaking sick and pretty cool to see. They also, do a little cameo with the T-Rex, and this is the comparison with the first movie. T-Rex gets fed with the goat. Where have we heard this before? There's more similarities coming up later on. So, they get fed with the goat, whatever. And then, Chris Pratt gets invited by his ex-girlfriend, who happens to be the owner of Jurassic World. That's right. Bryce's character. That's right. Apparently they went on one date, and apparently she didn't find him too great, and yeah, that was pretty much it. So anyways, she invites him to see, because she already knows about him training with the raptors, she wants to see about the hybrid. Now, there's a problem. They can't find the hybrid in the freaking cage when they go in there. So what happens? Chris Pratt gets this bright idea of, oh, I'm going to go look for it inside there, while she's thinking that it already escaped because there were scratches inside of the cage. So, while that's being said, she's literally driving. Chris Pratt and a couple of workers are in the cage of the Rex. They don't know where it is. Next thing you know, they hear something weird, look behind them. Aha! Just so happens Dominus Rex is waiting for them to say hi. Chases after them. Pratt goes under the car. Tears up one of the co-workers. And then the chubster himself is hiding behind like this car. Rex literally tosses the car away, and in a comical way, because I swear this is something that you would see off a cartoon. Here's the chunky guy, here's the Rex. That's literally how the guy died. Like, literally, just snatched right then and there. It's like, what the hell? That didn't even look real. Again, this is a movie. I tell you, it wasn't supposed to look real. So, the Rex is going trying to look after Pratt and ready to kill him. One problem. Apparently, this Rex feeds off a thermal, if he sees thermal, it feels it. So, what does he do? Pratt covers himself with car oil. Yes, he has a knife, cuts the oil, covers himself. Rex basically says, screw you, walks away, and now is all over loose on the island. Huh, dinosaur loose on the island full of people. Huh, again, where on God's green earth have we heard this before? Oh, boy. Anyways, so Rex is loose, everyone's freaking out, the rides have to be closed down, and what's the problem? Remember the kids I was talking about, the brothers? Yeah. Well, apparently they were supposed to be, babysitted by a British nanny who was the assistant of the aunt, who basically barely knows a thing about her nephews these days. So yeah, they're still wandering around the island in a field, which is being narrated by none other than Jimmy Fallon himself. Yes, Jimmy Fallon made a cameo in this movie. Thank God you did Fever Pits, man, because otherwise I'd be sitting there going, why the hell are you in this movie? So, they're still moving around on the island, just exploring. And then what happens? Yep, the inevitable happens. They bump into the hybrid himself, the Rex. And what happens? The Rex wants to blow freaking them to pieces by literally picking it up and slamming it to the ground and trying to bite the freaking thing off. So what happens? The kids escape from the bubble little hamster wheel looking thing, run off, find a waterfall. They get a little scared. Maybe they should jump, maybe they shouldn't. Rex still chasing after them, but say screw it, we're jumping. They jump off, and the Rex says okay, whatever. So then she finds out that Bryce, that her nephews are missing, that they are not with the babysitter, that they left. So what happens next? She goes over to Pratt saying, oh, please, please help him find my nephew. And he's like, okay. So they go over, they try to find the nephews. They find out that the nephews are still alive. They follow the footprints. And a little Navajo joke is joking here. Not even joking with you. There is a Navajo joke in here, and I actually kind of cracked up laughing at it. Anyways, for someone who comes from a background with the Taino Indian to me, it's... So, moving on. Rex is loose, and they gotta obviously get it back. You remember the Indian guy I said was the only one that could drive a freaking, or should I say fly a helicopter? What does he do? He gets in that helicopter, and he goes to get the Rex and try to hunt it down. Now, idiot redneck himself's like, y'all, we need to get the raptors, maybe they could kill the Rex, and this is the perfect example of how they could be like military weapons. Oh my god. So the Rex goes over and knocks over the bird cage where all the pterodactyls are at. The pterodactyls get out. Pterodactyls attack I kid you not, attack the helicopter. Helicopter lands right into the bird cage, and all the pterodactyls are coming out to play. Yes, so it's bad enough you had a Rex out. Now you have freaking pterodactyls out. It's real good for all humankind. So the brothers finally get back to the Jurassic World, I guess you could say, main station. And people, of course, freaking out. They thought it was all kind of dandy, riding the little cute little baby animals and petting them and everything. No, all hell's breaking loose and people are now dying, including the nanny, who gets in a really horrific 15-second death. Yeah, they really stretched her death scene in this movie. Holy shit. Kind of scary how they killed her, actually. Damn, they really went ham on her death. Anyways, so finally the aunt brings them to the kids, and she goes, I'm never leaving by my side again. Remember that saying when she's saying that she's never leaving her nephews again. Anyways, of course, Chris Pratt's with them. And Chris Pratt and a few commandos come and try to shoot down the pterodactyls. Do a pretty decent job at it. One sneaks up behind to try to kill Pratt. Bryce grabs a gun, shoots the pterodactyl down. Pretty impressive. Okay. So, Redneck's still thinking, oh, we didn't let the raptors out. And what happens? Well, since the Indian guy passed away in the freaking helicopter crash, he now takes control. So him and the rest of Engine decides to have the bright idea to use the raptors to try to kill the Rex and try to go, okay, well, this is how we're going to do it. So they decide to go all commando freaking Call of Duty Dino Edition on this movie and go, alright, let's use this for security. They literally put Bluetooth looking cams on the raptors. You can't make this shit up because that's what they exactly did. And they go after and try to kill the Rex. So everything seems fine, except for one problem. The Rex starts talking to the raptors once they get there. And the raptors are like, you make a good point. Turns around, starts turning on the humans. I'm like, oh my god, it's part raptors. And then of course Brett's like, oh my god, we found out what the other part was. It's part raptor. What genius decided to make not only a part T-Rex, but part raptor all in one dinosaur? You freaking moron. Not the writers, but this person decided to, you freaking moron. Anyways, so they decided to go ham and on the humans, and then Chris Pratt goes to one of the, I don't know what specific raptor it was. I want to say it was Blue, because he named it like one Blue, one was Charlie, and one I forgot the other one names was, but you know, it got blown up right in front of his face practically. He's like, what the hell? And you know, they're trying to move the raptors away and try to, you know, see what they got going there. So what happens? Boy. They try to escape from the island, try to evacuate after everybody else basically did. So while they're about to evacuate, one problem. The raptors are back. Yeah, the raptors, they followed them the whole entire time. They're about to hunt them down. And then out comes the Rex. The Rex, you know, tries to talk to the raptors. Pratt looks up to the eye of the raptor saying, oh, you're not doing this. Come on, seriously, you're going this way. Raptors turn around immediately and attack the Rex. I'm thinking, oh shit. They turn from face to heel to face again. What the hell? Is this the Big Show or Kane in a year? What the fuck? Anyways, so they start attacking the Rex. No use. Rex kills about a few of them. Looks like he kills all of them. Remember that. And looks like the humans are dead in the doornail right then and there. The nephews, the Bryce and Pratt. By the way, I forgot to mention, almost forgot. Vic's character's death scene is freaking amazing here, with the freaking raptor just killing him. And there's cool other special spots in this movie, including they forgot to mention also the original actor, the Asian scientist from the original Jurassic Park, was in this movie. He leaves with the embryos of the Rex. Hint, hint for a new movie coming out in a few years. So, all looks things bad for the good guys in this movie, except for one problem. Bryce gets his bright idea. Desperate times call desperate measures. Remember that geeky guy I mentioned about early in the movie where he had all the Jurassic Park original things around his desk? Well, he's the only one remaining in the control room, and he opens the door and gets the orders from Bryce's character, I should say, to open a certain door. What door opens? The T-Rex door, and she has a flare in her hand. A flare and a T-Rex. Does this sound familiar to any one of you? It should. So, she throws the flare to the Dominus Rex. So we have Dominus Rex versus the T-Rex. Ironic. T-Rex looks like he's doing good for about a couple seconds, literally a couple seconds, and that's pretty much it, because the Dominus Rex was kicking his ass. Making, oh god, this is just, I know Spielberg was the executive producer in here, he's probably getting pissed off that his T-Rex is getting killed here. And then there was one specific raptor that was alive, I believe it was Blue, and Blue decides to freaking nibble on freaking Rex, and the T-Rex and the Raptor starts beating up on Dominus Rex. I'm thinking, okay, well maybe this isn't going to be enough. It's 2-on-1, you know, Dominus Rex still looking strong, like Roman Reigns. And it was, so he starts getting beat up, and what happens? Remember Shamu, the killer whale-looking freaking shark thing that killed the shark and also killed the nanny, including a pterodactyl? Well, guess what? It kills the Dominus Rex out of nowhere. So you needed 3 dinosaurs to kill one badass son of a bitch. Actually, he was a female, so you really had to kill just one bitch. And afterwards, the Rex and the Raptor look at each other and they go their separate ways. And I'm like, okay, that's different. I'll give him that. So, the parents, you know, the very next morning, come pick up their kids, rightfully so. The freaking island's infested with freaking dinosaurs, loose practically. And, you know, Pratt's character, Bryce's character, they look at each other they've already made out by now, and said, what should we do? Pratt insists, saying, hey, we need to stay together for survival reasons. Yes, for survival reasons. That's a good reason to stay together. And the T-Rex, who still, again, is loose on the island, gets on top of the home base of Jurassic World, roars. You see a pterodactyl flying. Again, another hint of a possible movie, because remember, every single movie, there's always a motherfucking pterodactyl flying in the movie. Whether it's in the faraway distance, right in front of your face, left, right, center, you get the point. Anywho, and that was pretty much the end of the movie. Overall, good, solid movie. It was by itself, I think it would be like a really, really good movie. But I think a lot of people were kind of feeling iffy about this movie because a lot of the things of this movie, the script, was basically very similar to the original movie, the very first movie, which was good, but it's like you're really running out of creative ideas that you really have to use something from the original movie from beginning. Now, I get it, this is a new generation, some of the new kids are probably going, oh, this seems new, and then they go see the original movie, they're like, why does this seem familiar? Because it probably is. Just keep reading into it more, kid. But again, it was still a good, enjoyable movie, a lot better than the third one, and I'll just say it, as much as I liked The Lost World, I'm going to say this better than The Lost World. So I guess you could say in order from, best to least, Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, Lost World, and JP3 will still forever be the last one, unless freaking Jurassic Park 5 or whatever is that horrifically bad. Oh my god, please don't be that horrifically bad or worse. Anywho, very good movie. If you haven't seen it, if you haven't seen it, I suggest you go and see it. Again, very enjoyable. Should see it. There's a reason why in the last week and a half it's the top grossing movie in quite some time, if ever. And again, go see it if you have not seen it. But if you don't want to see it, want to wait to DVD, that's fine. But again, enjoyable movie. Can't wait to see the DVD. Can't wait to come out and myself to own it. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoy this video. If you want to see more movie reviews, please let me know. I'll do my best to try to get them out there. If you want to follow me on Twitter, link down in the description box. If you want to subscribe to me on YouTube, of course, just click that button down below. Everything will be all set. Catch you all later on the flip side.